All right, so now I'm going to demonstrate the WorksManager Trimble Business Center to WorksManager back to the office workflow. Um, I'm going to go through it in a kind of a simulation mode so that you understand probably what would be the most applicable workflow. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to the Construction Data tab. Now this is after you've already logged in, set up your accounts for WorksManager. And I'm going to click on WorksManager. What that's going to do is it's going to open up a window in my web browser. And it's going to take you, should log you in. It's going to take you to your projects. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and create a new project. Now, because I have access to multiple accounts, I'm going to choose my account. In most cases, you would just have your account. So it would just be your account here. I'm going to come up in here and I'm going to call this 2020 Data Prep Demo. And we're going to go next. And it's going to ask us for a project boundary. So I'm just going to put in the address or the street that I'm on, George, VA. It's going to take us there. It's going to bring us to our project location here, which is our merchant lane. And we're going to draw a boundary around where our site is. And you can see here, this is the site. It's actually already built, but I'm going to go ahead and draw it around as if we were still constructing in this area. So I'm just going to draw my boundary around there. I'm going to click OK, and I'm going to click Next. Now, if we already had this information, we could add it here. So like if I already had the control points, avoidance zone, site configuration, I could do it all and load it up here. I'm going to show you how to publish it from Business Center, so I'm just going to skip this and go right to finish. And that's going to create my project in WorksManager. Okay, so I'm just going to move this up out of the way for a minute. And now I'm going to come down here and I'm going to go to the WorksManager project. First of all, I want to point on your Project Explorer. And when I click on WorksManager project, it's going to create or open up this dialog box where I can choose my account. So the first thing that I'll do is come in here and pick the same account that I just created. And from my list, you can see there's that 2020 Data Prep Demo. I'm going to click OK. And then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to resolve some of this information. So the first thing that I might do is resolve the project boundary. So I'm going to click on that and I'm going to adopt that or import that from WorksManager. So I'm going to click OK, and you can see that that boundary I drew in WorksManager now comes into Business Center. The next thing I need to do is do a site calibration. Now, if we think about this, I haven't sent the field crew the points yet to control points to go do the site cal. So I'm not going to resolve that yet. I am going to resolve the units, and I'm going to publish units from Business Center to WorksManager. And then I'm going to send out the control points. So the next thing I'll do is I'll come down here and I'm going to pick my control points. And because I have those 3 that I entered, I'm just going to select by layer. And I'm just going to go ahead and grab that point layer there. We'll click close. There's my 3 control points. Realistically, you probably should have 5 around this site, 1 in the middle and some around the outside, but those are the ones I have to work with. I'm going to add those. And then I'm going to resolve that, and I'm going to publish those to WorksManager. Okay. Now, if I had any avoidance zones, I could also publish those and resolve that one there. Okay. Now, what I want to show you on your desktop, okay, on your computer, you're going to have in the C Trimble Synchronizer data folder under WorksManager, you're going to have that project. And in that project, you're going to see my CSV file and my control points and my site XML. Okay, so it is building all this locally on your machine. All right. Now I'm going to move this over, and I'm also going to come into my project here. And in my project, I'm going to go to the settings, and you can see when I go to the settings, it's automatically published my control points to my project. Okay, and the site XML. Now, if I was in a real world situation, I had connectivity and that guy was out, my crew was out on site, they would be able to go and report into that boundary, and they would start reporting in. I'm just going to go ahead and add that device. So I'm going to add in my tablet that I have here to the project. Okay. I'm going to go back to the map, and I've added that device to the project. So now I can open up my site vision, and I can go into my connected community, and I can synchronize. So I'll show you here when I synchronize. It's going to go through, it's connecting to the connected community, and it's looking for my data. This may take just a couple seconds, and now I can come up here, scroll up, and there's my 2020 data prep demo. So there's my project that didn't exist in here until I did the synchronization. So now I'm going to synchronize, and we'll go ahead and accept that. And so you can see it's pulling down the control points for the project. I get the complete, and now I can come up under project setup, change my project. I can go ahead and pick that. And now I'm going to do a work order, and we're going to call it site cal. So now my guy is going to go out and do the site calibration. So we're going to set up base and control calibration, right? That's what we want them to do. And I'll go ahead and finish that. We'll go ahead and accept. I don't need a design because I don't really have a design at this stage. And now they're going to go out, and in SiteWorks, they're going to do the calibration. Now, because I can't do the calibration here with my emulator, I'm just going to simulate it that they did that. And what I'm going to be able to do is go back to Business Center here and go ahead, and I would be able to resolve my site calibration, and I'd be able to adopt it from WorksManager. I'm just going to publish my calibration out to WorksManager here, going the opposite way, because maybe they came back to the office and they didn't sync their controller. You can see that I can actually publish it to the project, and now that calibration will be out into WorksManager. So if I was to come down here, again, going to my settings, you can see that my calibration has been loaded there. So it's now part of the project. So now going back to Business Center here, I'm going to close this because I'm done there. And now I'm ready to publish my design. So that step would be going into creating a WorksManager design. And I'm going to come over here and I'm going to call it Finished Ground. I'll click OK. And now I can choose my design. So I'm going to come in here and choose my model, which in this case is going to be the surface. It's going to be my finished ground. I'm going to, don't have any stakeout points, but if I did, I could select those. And now I'm just going to add my design map. Now again, because I used my my layers here, right? My stakeout layers, I want to stake out this information. So what I can do is simply turn off the DTM data, and I can turn off the surfaces as well as the contours, right? Turn off all that data. And then I could simply just do a window selection and pick up that information, including the property boundary. So I'm going to add those. I'm going to click OK. And then I'm going to publish. So this is going to go out and it's going to publish this data. And while that's publishing, if we take a look here, you'll see that I get my design folder. So under my WorksManager, my data prep project under designs, there's my VCL file. So it's publishing a VCL file. And when it completes that, you'll get design was successfully published. So I'm going to click OK. And if we go up to our WorksManager and I go to my designs, you'll see there's my finished ground project, all right, and the version. So now if I make any changes and I resolve them, this will version 1, 2, 3, and so on. So now if I go back to my SiteWorks and I come into my data management and I go to my connected community and synchronize, what I'll get is I'll be able to download that design to my SiteWorks project. So there's the project. I'm going to accept. It's going to retrieve the data and bring down that VCL. And then I could do the same thing if I was in Earthworks, be able to sync and download that VCL file. So once it synchronizes and brings all the data down, I'll be able to load that project, and we'll be able to do our stakeout, do our grade checks, and build our project. Any work order you create, so here it is, wants us to reload it. So now I'm going to go up and I'm going to go to my project, change my project, and there's my design.